What's up, everybody? Thanks for checking in with Callie. I talked about a player that could be traded with the Clippers before that probably wants to be traded in PJ Tucker, simply because of the fact that, he's not getting his just due in his mind. He feel like he still has something left to prove in regards to play for. And he feels like, he is, good enough to, start and play with a team and still contribute to a championship caliber team. And we all understand how he feels because he's been a champion in the league before. He's been a good player before, and he's still got a lot of good in him, I believe. I just don't believe that, he has enough for the Clippers, and apparently Ty Lue doesn't either. So, what the Clippers have and the chemistry they have going right now, there's no need to break that. So, PJ Tucker, either Ty Lue is thinking he doesn't have much to offer them, or he doesn't want to break the chemistry of what they got, which is going good so far. But either way, there are two other players on the Clippers that, could be potentially traded before the deadline. And one of the players is Mason Plumlee. Now, I like Mason Plumlee. I really do. I think the energy that he brings, I feel like his rebounding, the way he can push the ball as a big man, he can pass pretty good as a big man out of double teams. He's a hustler. He gets a lot of offensive rebounds that go unnoticed. He gets a lot of second chance points. He has a knack for doing that. The ball's in the air, he'll tip it back out, volleyball it back out to the perimeter, or maybe just get the offensive rebound and be physical in there and bring a level of physicality I thought the Clippers didn't have, when they just had Zubac at one point. But now that they have Daniel Theis along with Zubac, it's going to be very, very difficult to really implement and use Mason Plumlee like that. Now, the good thing about Mason Plumlee is, here lately he spoke and said that he wouldn't mind coming behind Daniel Theis. He's showing his unselfishness in regards to, being on this team and liking the team and the camaraderie and everything and wanting to win. That's definitely a positive thing. And we definitely love to hear things like that. But at the same time, the Clippers might be, looking to, part ways simply because they got Daniel Theis, and simply the fact of how good Daniel Theis is. He brings a lot of energy himself. And then on top of that, he can do something that Mason Plumlee and Zubac can't do. He can actually stretch the floor. He can actually go on the perimeter and knock down a couple of threes. You know what I'm saying? So when you have a big man who gives you that type of versatility, that definitely brings a different dynamic to an offense. It definitely brings a different dynamic in regards to the structure of the team and how you're going to go forward and implement your offensive attack amongst other teams that you play against. And I think that's something that Ty Lue has really looked at and really have come to fruition in his mind by saying, Daniel Theis is one of our guys. He's going to get some playing time. He's definitely going to be on the floor because he gives us a different dynamic. He gives us more of a big man who will go in the paint, who will hustle, but also a big man if Kawhi or PG or Harden or even Russ is double team, they can just kick it out to him, and he's comfortable with taking that 3-pointer. He's comfortable with taking that 17-footer from the basket and not having to really just bang in the paint the whole time just to get points. And he can actually, score in other ways. So, that's really, elevated him, I think, in Ty Lue's mind in regards to, the reason why they went out and got him and the reason why, he's, a part of the offense and he's a part of the, a part of the team, in the lineup. He's on the floor. So, shout out to Mason Plumlee. I definitely would like to see them keep him because, having an extra body like him would be great. I think it would really bode well for the Clippers, especially if Zubac or Daniel Theis goes down. They would have Mason Plumlee there to, assist. And if he's willing to be unselfish and just come behind Daniel Theis, as he said, or as was mentioned, then, I don't see no need in forcing him out or trading him, not unless you feel like you're going to get something back substantial. But really, the team is already good the way they are. You don't need no major pieces anymore. You went and got your major piece in James Harden. Now the system, the whole operation is working out because the claw is the law. He's working within the system, and And overall, the claw really is the system. But, James Harden has the systematic ways of, his assisting and passing in which he implements with this team, which makes them a lot more deadlier just because of who he is and what he's capable of doing. But at the same time, it's all about Kawhi. To me, Kawhi is first and everybody else eats second. And that's just the way it goes. But what you have big dogs now. You got big dogs all around. It don't always have to be about Kawhi. Some nights it could be PG. It could be James Harden. It could be Russell Westbrook. It doesn't always have to be, Kawhi has to, just do his thing by himself and he has to carry the load, you know what I'm saying? And now you got more help. And I think that's something that has really helped the Clippers a lot in their winning streak and in their winning ways of the way they're going about handling their business now. And like I said, personally, I like to see him keep Mason Plumlee, but definitely don't be surprised if he does get traded because, I think they're trying to look another direction and see if they can get another additional piece. But the other name that's out there is, of course, Bones Hyland. Now, me personally, you've heard me say before, I like Bones Hyland. I really wish they would keep him. I really wish they would find a way to utilize him a little bit more. I personally think they should, utilize him a little bit more sometime, I think more than Terrence Mann. Because like I said, when I think about if Kawhi and PG is on the floor, you're okay defensively. You know what I'm saying? Because the defense is there. Kawhi is so good defensively. You don't even really need Terrence Mann in the starting lineup to really give you defense like that. I mean, it's good to have him in the starting lineup because he gives you an extra defensive person to throw on the opposing team's best player to give Kawhi a rest. Yeah, I'll give you that. But I mean, at the same time, you can get somebody like Bones Hyland and they can just switch off and rotate, between defensive assignments. Bones is not really a defensive guy, but he gives you more offensively than Terrence Mann. And he's a little bit more confident in his jump shot and his scoring ability than Terrence Mann. And that goes a long way because, like I said, there's going to be nights where Kawhi and PG struggle and maybe even James Harden is struggling a little bit. And somebody like Bones can catch fire and just, shoot from the perimeter. He shoots from the perimeter a lot better than Terrence Mann. He's just a better offensive scorer than Terrence Mann. And when he can cook, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, having somebody like him as an extra scorer who can come in there and deliver the goods like that, I don't know if it would be smart to necessarily let him go. But, I mean, I'm thinking that I've been seeing reports also in regards to the Bulls with Alex Caruso. And, when I think about that type of trade scenario right there, I don't know about it because I like Alex Caruso. I think he'd be a great fit with the Clippers, but you can't have somebody like him coming off the bench. He would have to start. I mean, it's just no way to it. So, I mean, if they plan on keeping Terrence Mann in the starting lineup and hypothetically they went and made a trade for somebody like Alex Caruso, it would be pointless to have him coming off the bench because Caruso he's a 3-and-D type player. You know what I'm saying? He can play defense. He led the league in steals 1 or 2 seasons. And on top of that, like I said, he can knock down that three at a pretty high clip. And his passing is a little underrated as well. So, with his name circling and circling out there, the Clippers definitely are looking in that direction. They're definitely thinking about it. But, I mean, I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger on it. But like I said before, if they were able to get somebody like Alex Caruso, you got to put him in the starting lineup to me. I mean, I just don't really see any other way. Because, like I said, it'd be no need going to make a trade like that and just have him sitting on the bench and doing the same thing Bones Hyland is doing. It would just be pointless. So either the Clippers don't need to make the trade and keep what they got and keep Bones Hyland or, maybe even Mason Plumlee and just kind of roll with it the way they are because honestly, the chemistry is looking good. The team is feeling good. They're playing good. They're looking a lot better. And when Kawhi is on the floor, they just look like they're just overly dominant amongst any other team they're going to play. So if that's the case, keep it at what it is and don't make any trades. But it definitely don't be surprised if they do make a trade. So we'll see what happens.